Hey, I'm back. I'm still Frank, and yes, I can teach you how to play guitar. And you can learn. If you watched the first video, if you didn't know anything about the fretboard, the frets, the strings, these notes, if there's anything there that you weren't aware of, then you have learned. It's gonna take some time, but stick with me, stay enthused, talk to other people about this stuff, share the knowledge you have. It's gonna help it sink in. But let's dive into lesson number 2. And these next couple lessons, they're not going to be as eye-opening as like, wow, I went from nothing to learning a song. You're not going to make that kind of progress every time. But what we're going to do here is cover some important guitar basics, some terminology and exercises that are going to explain so much of what you're going to need to know in order to practice and understand the tools and the language the guitar players use to make and learn music. So, I mean, right off the bat, let's talk about how you hold a pick, right? I make a little hook with my finger like that. I put the pick I lay it right on top like that, kind of perpendicular to this flat spot on my finger. I've seen people do it here. I'm better here. And then I lay my thumb right on top of that finger. I try not to have too much of the pick dangling out. You don't want that much dangling out because you'll hit the strings next to the ones that you're intending to hit. It's gonna make a lot of extra noise that you don't necessarily want. Sometimes you will. You don't want too little of the pick hanging out. Gives you you're going to hit your fingers on it. That's also going to make some noise that you weren't intending. So play around a little bit with how much you need to have hang out. All right. Also, your wrist isn't going to be rigid up and down hitting these things like you're attacking it somehow. It's going to move. It's going to sway. Your fingers are even going to sway a little bit as you learn more pick technique. And so something that a lot of people brand new to guitar think when they start picking a guitar is that they just do these down. You can upstroke, all right? And so you typically down and upstrokes, you're often going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And so it's taken me half as much work to do that as if I were to go down, 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 down. It's also a little bit easier to keep a nice smooth rhythm with that. So we're going to work with that in some of the exercises that we're going to do today. One other thing we need to cover really quickly is I need to get this excuse out of your mind and just off the table for now. Don't tell me in my comments and emails or anything like that your fingers just don't go that way. I can't stretch. I can't do that. You can. And so something that has happened as human beings were coming to civilization, I don't know, we used to have to fight bears or something like that. And so when you start pulling your fingers down, they go toward the middle of your hand. So out here, they're way, way out here. I start doing this. I have a fist. I can punch a bear in the face. But that's not great for your bear punching skills do not translate to playing guitar very well. So what you're going to need to do is not make a fist around your guitar neck when you're trying to make chords or play exercises and things like that. So you can see my hand is way behind the neck of my guitar. I need to move it so that a bunch of my hand is in line here. So you see here, I'm really, I'm bunched up like this. If you want to see how much of your guitar fretboard you can cover, I'm moving around a little bit there, making some extra noise. Go ahead and hold your guitar, lay it flat or something like that. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. Maybe your guitar's heavier. You can see here, I'm covering from the 3rd fret all the way to the 9th fret from my pinky finger to my index finger, right? So you might not be able to cover that. As long as you can cover basically 4, maybe 5 frets, that is plenty of reach for everything that we're going to do. So in order to get your hand into position, some people, you can't really see my leg here. Most people kind of have their guitar, if you're right-handed, on your right leg. Some people drop it in between their legs. It gets the neck up. If you get the neck up, you have a little bit better position. Your hand's gonna naturally come out. Getting your elbow out away from your body, when your elbow's in like this, your wrist is already in kind of a bad position to do that. So you want your wrist in a straight line if it can be, and then just get a bunch of that hand in front. It's good to have your thumb behind the neck like this, not over the top. All right, and so that way you can push down. Guitar teachers are forever telling students with the tips of your fingers. And the reason for that is so that if I'm hitting this string here, and I also need to hit this string here, That's not really a great note, but if I'm hitting, with just any old part of this finger, I'm blocking that one from ringing open or at one of the earlier frets. So you want to, for now, for the exercise we're doing, really try to stay on the tips of your fingers. You should get some nice hard calluses. It might hurt a little, just a very little bit, to continue to practice and do the things that we're going to do. That's okay. Just lean into that, because that means your fingers are going to get stronger. They're going to get a little bit of calluses on them, and that's great guitar stuff. That's how we know. That's how guitar players know each other. We shake hands and we're like, oh, you have great calluses. We don't really do that. You can also wear a strap on your guitar and kind of raise it up a little bit closer, get your hand out there. But bottom line, don't tell me your hand doesn't go like that. Lay the guitar flat, see how much you can cover, and then make your hand do that. Deal? All right, so today we're gonna go through some really simple exercises. They're not necessarily songs and music and all of that, but what I want you to do is start off with your hand in, this is first position, and what that basically means is your index finger is over the first fret. So you're not gonna hear the exact same terminology everywhere. The internet's gotten out of control and not everybody means the same things, but in basic guitar theory, first fret, first finger is first position. Second fret, but still your first finger is second position, third position. So basically, wherever your index finger is going to naturally fall, you can call the position fifth fret, fifth position, seventh fret, seventh position. So we're going to start in first position, and we're going to move all over the fretboard as we get these exercises a little bit tougher. And I'm not going to cover a bunch of exercises. I'm going to give you some skills to kind of make up your own. So the basic one is that we're going to play downstrokes and upstrokes, one finger per fret, one note per fret. Downstroke, first finger, first fret. Upstroke, second finger, second fret, third, fourth, move down one string, 1, 2, 3, 4, again, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's pretty simple. You can do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. When you get to the end and you're on the first string, remember that the skinniest string is the first string, slide your pinky up one fret, try to go backwards. I don't care which upstroke or downstroke you use first here, just keep alternating them. So some people might go up, down, up, down. I don't care too much, but you're gonna go backwards. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Slide back. So I'm sorry, slide up one more fret. You can keep doing this. This pattern here where we're going to get to the end, slide up a fret, all the way back down, slide up a fret, until you get maybe like to the 12th fret, and so. You want to have some fun, start doing it backwards, slide it down. And go up and down with your exercises. Here is where you have license to be creative, have fun, and just make up your own exercises. There's nothing special about this 4-finger thing, except for it's getting me to use all 4 of my fingers, especially my pinky. That's something that's hard to start off with. People don't have a lot of control over pinkies, maybe even sometimes a little bit ring finger. So decide beforehand anything. Maybe I'm going to use my first and third fingers on the first string that I hit, and then every other string I'll do my second and fourth, and then first and third and second and fourth and first and third and second and fourth. So that would sound something like. Anything. Be it, now I'm here at the end, what am I going to do? Am I going to go back down with the same fingers on the same frets, or am I going to switch it back to now I'm doing. It doesn't have to sound musical. It just has to be you syncing up what you're intending to do with your hands, that you're picking the right strings and that you're fretting the right strings and frets that you want to. So decide what you're gonna do beforehand and then execute it as well as you can until, if you fail, if you need to start over, that's okay. That's a good thing. That you basically say, hey, I'm just gonna try it again. So maybe what I decide is on the first string that I hit, I'm only gonna hit one note, and then on the next one, I'm gonna hit my first and second fingers, and then on the next, first, second, third, then I'm gonna do first, second, third again, and then in first and second, and then first, because I'm a ladder, I'm an up, down kind of guy, so I would play. And what I want you to see here is that it doesn't matter a ton what I'm doing as far as the orders that I'm hitting notes in or how many notes I'm hitting. I just decide what I'm going to do before I start playing it, and then I try my very best to take the plan that was in my head and make that be exactly what I do on the fretboard. Do this all the time. It's great for your picking technique. So it's really good for your hand-eye coordination, that the fret that you want to put your finger on is where it goes, and that you're strumming that same string, that you're picking that same string, and then the next note that you want to hit, the next fret and string, is what you hit. So keep practicing this. Do it a lot. It's something to practice where you're not necessarily having to decipher some music that you find from the internet or keep recycling the few songs that I'm going to teach you over and over. I do this every day. Every time I pick up a guitar, I'll just do a quick little exercise. It's honestly usually just the full four finger thing. Sometimes like a major scale. We're going to learn that in a few lessons. But for now, please take seriously that this is a great exercise. Make sure that you're picking right. Make sure that you're fretting things the way that you should. Ask me questions. If you'd like to send me a video, you can email me at bigcitycircus@gmail.com, or you can leave messages in the comments, and I will try to address those as quickly as possible. But keep on rocking, and we will see you in the next lesson.